It's the year-end clearance sale at Weinberger's Furniture.
And right now, get up to 30% off.
No.
Get up to 50% off.
Not even close.
Okay, then 70% off.
Bingo, and everything must go. We're offering huge savings on every in-stock item, up to 70% off at all locations.
That's right, up to 70% off.
Just come into all 3 of our locations to get the best prices.
This is a simple game.
Do you currently have a Medicare supplement? If you've had it for a few years, you probably noticed the rates continue to rise. If you're in pretty decent health, there's a good chance we can get you that exact same coverage for a lot less. Give us a call or visit our website, RU64.com.
Trust Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale for your first alert.
Help us feed hungry children. Our goal is to feed 2 million meals to hungry children this year, and you can help us when you round up at Parker's Kitchen. We're going to match 25% of your donation.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Whiskey Road in Aiken is starting to look a lot like Washington Road in Augusta, especially when it comes to traffic. Tonight, a connector project could help alleviate the pressure. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zana Halliburton.
And I'm Will Rio. We'll have that story and more for you in just a few minutes. But first, we're checking in with your First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Riley Hale, for a look at the forecast because we've got even more rain on the way, Riley.
We do, guys. Actually, that's...
Thanks, Riley. Happening now, the Augusta Town Hall recovery from Hurricane Helene is getting underway.
City leadership is gathering to provide an update on where we are going on 3 months since the storm. Your Audrey Dickherber joins us live from that meeting. Audrey.
Well, I was out in some of our harder hit neighborhoods earlier that were hit very hard by the hurricane, and people have lots of mixed emotions about where our city stands post the storm. Now, they're all bringing their questions here with them tonight, asking about debris pickup, asking about construction debris, recycling, and much more. But city leaders say they're ready to answer those questions. People are looking for answers.
This is going to last well into 2025, and I think we need to set realistic expectations with everybody on what's going on.
It's been more than 70 days since the hurricane, and also more than 70 days of people waiting for the city to get back to a new normal. But local leaders say it takes time.
The resources are spread between Florida and Georgia and even Columbia County that there's only so many resources to go around.
He thinks they're making good progress and is hoping the meetings will explain how.
We just opened up a new site off Sandbear Ferry Road for that we're getting about 11,000 cubic yards each day going there to try to lighten the load over at Eisenhower. But as far as like where we are as a community, I think we're doing very well. But this is going to be a process that people just got to be patient with.
Trying to clear confusion and relieve any stress.
FEMA is the paying agency. These are contractors through the contractor that we've hired to come and do this. We've got over 80 trucks right now moving through the community. They're going to come back, but if things are not at the road, they're not going to be picked up.
While reminding everyone that those that are helping us are people too.
We picked up 1.8 million cubic yards. I think that, we've taken, the only day they've taken off is Thanksgiving. They're going to take off some days around Christmas, and people are going to be like, where are they? Why this haven't been picked up? People are having Christmas parties, and they think that the medians and everything's going to be clear so people can park there. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. And I think when you have a little grace and appreciate these people, because they've been in our community, over 80 days now, nonstop, and they're doing an incredible job, but it's just going to take time.
And it's becoming a pretty full house in there. People are still showing up, getting ready for the meeting as it's just now starting. But our local leaders wanted me to remind you guys that they are trying to get that FEMA deadline extended. Now, they don't have any word yet on if that's going to happen, but we'll, of course, keep you updated if that does happen.
Thanks so much for following this for us, Andre. Again, that meeting just taking place. It should last about an hour, so you still have plenty of time to make it out there.
Yeah, and again, we do appreciate all those workers who have been here, like the commissioner said, for 80 days now working to clear our roads and everywhere in between. Thanks again, Audrey. In recent years, Whiskey Road has been associated with traffic, but a connector project nearly 2 decades in the making could help.
Your Kennedy Payne joins us live along the now infamous main road of Aiken. Kennedy, this project could fix a lot of Whiskey Road's problems.
Well, Whiskey Road is said to be a headache for many, but the city says this project could reduce traffic by 18%. A project first designed in 2006. Now finally starting to see some movement.
This is a Powder House Connector project. The purpose of this road is to alleviate traffic.
Phase 1 will connect South Centennial Avenue to Whiskey Road at Eastgate Drive, and Phase 2 will then connect Eastgate Drive with Powder House Road. This allows drivers to avoid the busiest sections of Whiskey Road.
It's terrible. I hate to have to go back outside when I get home to come downtown. It gets to be nightmarish.
Whiskey Road is one of the busiest roads in Aiken.
Almost 40,000 cars a day travel on that road.
But the city hopes this plan will help relieve traffic and headaches.
I do welcome the project when it is started and when it's completed. I'm looking forward to that day.
It's a multi-million-dollar project with multiple phases.
Right now we estimate to be $35 million. We've got funding from both local, state, and federal sources.
But Beedenbow says all the hard work will pay off.
The end goal will be very worthwhile to our citizens and visitors who have to travel on that part of Whiskey Road.
And the first phase will be ready to bid out later this month, and construction for Phase 1 is expected to start in March of 2025. Now, Phase 1 is expected to last for 2 years, but they're saying they're going to work on Phase 1 and Phase 2 at the same time.
It's another thing that's going to require patience.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. And I know a lot of folks out there are hoping to get that resolved and get that project done. Hopefully they can stay on pace with that 2-year completion date too.
We'll have to keep an eye and see, but thanks for following that, Kennedy. It's something that will take time, but this is a step forward for sure. Today, controversial new guidelines for Columbia County Public Libraries are now in effect. Libraries in Evans, Grovetown, and Harlem can classify and section off certain books from younger readers.
Back in September, Columbia County Commissioners passed new guidelines that address, quote, age appropriateness of various books. There was debate about whether Columbia County had the authority to pass those guidelines, and today the Regional Library Board got the final say. Your Sydney Hood was at today's meeting and joins us live from our newsroom. Sydney, there were many speakers at today's meeting on both sides of this argument.
Yeah, about 20 people either for or against the guidelines spoke at the Regional Library Board meeting, but many more showed up to listen, and it's safe to say everyone has a strong opinion about these guidelines.
In this room is a group with a lot of passion.
Well, I'm relieved. I'm glad that the board is deciding to do what the people need, what we want.
This is opening a door for further deterioration of the service of the public library.
It's a hotly debated topic.
Despite what many of the people in this meeting were saying that this isn't a book ban, I don't see it as anything other than that.
This is not about book banning. Every single institution has guidelines based on age and development. And so this is about safeguarding our children during critical stages of their development.
The new guidelines address, quote, age appropriateness of the books.
So I just encourage people to be vigilant in the public sector, to look at their children's books, whether it's school or whether it's the public library.
I thought of the books that would become less accessible to the patrons of the county, and I realized that a lot of value will be lost.
Everyone here has their own opinion to bring to the table.
Every form of entertainment has rating systems. Whether it's a board game, it tells you what age group. Whether it's music, movies, anything has a rating, and so books should be no different.
My child is grown, but I still care about the other kids in this community, and they should have the right to read whatever they want with their parents' supervision, not based on what somebody down the street thinks is appropriate for them or not.
The chairman of the regional board says these guidelines are for the 3 public libraries in Columbia County. So that's Evans, Harlem, and Grovetown libraries.
All right, thanks, Sydney. This is something we know you'll continue to keep your eye on moving forward. A lot of people showing up for that meeting today.
And we do have good sleeping weather tonight. We're expecting some heavy rain at times, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. Let you know when it moves out, and also a windy Wednesday up ahead just after the break.
Time and Temp, brought to you by your First Alert weather team.
Join us right here.
No, we don't do that.
Right?
But the big blow-up snowman, that's what you got to worry about, right?
Okay, it's the blow up. I gotcha. Well, time is running out to help a child in need this holiday season. Donating to Toys for Tots is one of the ways you can do some good and keep the magic in a child's life.
But as your Hallie Turner shows us, there is a special need this year for the older kids.
If you get the chance to meet Ann Woods, it won't take you long to see she lives to serve others.
It makes you feel good.
After serving more than 2 decades in the Marine Corps, she retired and decided in 1986 she would dedicate her life to serving the children of Augusta, making sure those in need always have the Christmas they deserve. And in 4 decades, she's never seen the need as bad as this year.
Oh, it's horrendous this year. The storm got everybody out of their comfort zone, and most of us still have not gotten back to our comfort zone. And the need is greater.
This year, Santa's list has more than 800 applications.
We can only say we can service so many. So we figure we can do the 853. We're halfway there, so we're still working.
And in this warehouse, filled with various toys, one corner sticks out the most.
What you're looking at right now is a section of cardboard boxes for kids ages 9 and up. And if you take a closer look, you'll notice that a majority of these are either slightly full or completely empty. But with just days before the cutoff, in this section alone, more than 400 preteens still need your help, and you have plenty of time to donate.
This year, children are asking for comforter sets, shoes, underwear. They're asking for stuff that they actually need.
As donations continue to roll in until December 15th, Woods says the goal stays the same.
We try to fulfill our Christian mission by servicing these children.
In Augusta, Hallie Turner on your side.
Hurricane Helene impacted them too, actually, with the damaged roof that they have. Woods says, well, she won't know exactly how many toys there are and how many kids received a gift until the last item is in the child's hand. Now, the one thing she does know is more than 30,000 kids will be serviced. Again, that deadline to donate is December 15th.
The Community Ministry of North Augusta is calling on you to pay them a visit at their thrift store. Today, the nonprofit received a large truckload of furniture from Lazy Boy. The store collected furniture and cash donations during their trade-in sale in October, and this morning it was all given to the ministry. Funds from the thrift store support the ministry in helping others. This year marks 40 years for the organization, who helps with utility and prescription assistance, life skills training, and offers a food pantry. They say after the storm, they've seen an increase in need, and donations like this will help them with the demand.
This donation will enable us to pay more power bills, buy more food to help people out, especially since we had the hurricane. We've seen a huge intake of just people needing food, needing help with utilities, needing furniture. I mean, it's a huge blessing for this community.
It really is. Last year, they helped more than 1,300 families and distributed more than 2,000 bags of food. Currently, in 1 month, they help anywhere from 300 to 400 families. So really put that into perspective, an organization that is needed. And if you need help or any assistance, the ministry does not take appointments, so you can just walk in. As for thrifters, the store opens tomorrow morning at 9:30. So know if you're going to shop, those funds will go right back to the ministry.
Yeah, it's absolutely needed. We've talked about that all holiday season, and even before that, after Hurricane Helene hit. So many people need help right now. A lot of great organizations stepping up in this time.
Coming up in sports, the 2A South Carolina State Championship is 48 hours away from kickoff. Barnwell football joined members of the South Carolina High School League today ahead of their matchup with Clinton. We'll take you inside next.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
When you have a personal plumber,
On your sideline.
Barnwell is headed back to the state title game for the first time since going back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. Today, the Warhorses spoke with the South Carolina High School League ahead of their 2A title meeting with Clinton.
According to South Carolina's football history, the Warhorses have never played Clinton. The Red Devils previously beat Batesburg-Leesville in the postseason. They're the #1 team in 2A. Barnwell sits back at #4. Wide receiver and defensive back William Robinson, Coach Smith, and quarterback Cam Austin were on hand to talk about the growth of this Warhorse team and what it means to their community heading into the state final.
I've just been working on things that are the smaller things, just trying to control what I can control and just lead my team, be a better leader, be more vocal, and just lead by example on the field.
Feels good knowing that you have the support to get to where you need to go, and it's just our community, like we big on football.
This is head coach Brian Smith's third team to head to state under his direction. Keeping things in South Carolina, the Gamecocks are out quarterback Robbie Ashford. The backup QB has entered the transfer portal. He spent 1 year with the Gamecocks. He played in 8 games this season, completing 23 of 32 for 324 yards. Ashford was strong on the ground, running for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. Where he lands next will be his 4th home in college football. He has 1 year of eligibility remaining. DJ Braswell from Washington County has also entered the transfer portal. The Sandersville running back was heavily recruited by Nebraska during his time with the Golden Hawks, so we'll see where he ends up next.
All right, thanks for that, Alyssa. Remember, a windy Wednesday and a wet start to the day tomorrow, and then we're back to cold weather by Thursday. Quick look at the 7-day just after the break.
732 Drip. Motorcycle crashes almost always result in serious injuries because there's nothing between the biker and another car, truck, or the pavement. The injuries can be debilitating and permanent. Cost and recovery time, overwhelming. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, you need serious help, and you need it now. Injured? Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy. 706-724-7224. 706-724-7224.
If you need a new garage on your sideline.
Barnwell is headed back to the state title game for the first time since going back-to-back in 2018 and 2019. Today, the Warhorses spoke with the South Carolina High School League ahead of their 2A title meeting with Clinton. According to South Carolina's football history, the Warhorses have never played Clinton. The Red Devils previously beat Batesburg-Leesville in the postseason. They're the number 1 team in 2A. Barnwell sits back at number 4. Wide receiver and defensive back William Robinson, Coach Smith, and quarterback Cam Austin were on hand to talk about the growth of this Warhorse team and what it means to their community heading into the state final.
I've just been working on things that are the smaller things, just trying to control what I can control and just lead my team, be a better leader, be more vocal, and just lead by example on the field.
Feels good knowing that you have the support to get to where you need to go, and it's just our community, like, we big on football.
This is head coach Brian Smith's third team to head to state under his direction. Keeping things in South Carolina, the Gamecocks are out quarterback Robbie Ashford. The backup QB has entered the transfer portal. He spent 1 year with the Gamecocks. He played in 8 games this season, completing 23 of 32 for 324 yards. Ashford was strong on the ground, running for 227 yards and 2 touchdowns. Where he lands next will be his 4th home in college football. He has 1 year of eligibility remaining. DJ Braswell from Washington County has also entered the transfer portal. The Sandersville running back was heavily recruited by Nebraska during his time with the Golden Hawks, so we'll see where he ends up next.
All right, thanks for that, Alyssa. Remember, a windy Wednesday and a wet start to the day tomorrow, and then we're back to cold weather by Thursday. Quick look at the 7-day just after the break.
Do you currently have a Medicare supplement? If you've had it for a few years, you probably noticed the rates continue to rise. If you're in pretty decent health, there's a good chance we can get you that exact same coverage for a lot less. Give us a call or visit our website, RU64.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Hostela.
Do you currently have a Medicare supplement? If you've had it for a few years, you probably noticed the rates continue to rise. If you're in pretty decent health, there's a good chance we can get you that exact same coverage for a lot less. Give us a call or visit our website, RU64.com.
Well, it's a situation nobody wants to be stuck in. Stuck on a plane while it sits on the tarmac at the world's busiest airport.
But take a look at what happened in Atlanta, where an impromptu concert took place. That's local retired Army musician Wayne Hoey performing on a packed and delayed Augusta-bound flight. This video was sent to us to highlight how easy it can be to just bring a little holiday cheer to those around you and the kindness of strangers.
Yeah, we're told he played the Christmas classics as well as Baby Shark for all the little ones. If he played that on my plane, I'd be singing that. It'd be stuck in my head. Couldn't get it out of my head.
I love that. I want that to happen on a delayed plane for me, because sometimes you're there frustrated, right? So this would really just make time go by faster.
Yeah, I agree. I wish that would happen. That's pretty cool. Good for him.
And the talent, too. Okay, I love that. And this just in, the Aiken County School Board has approved January 6th as an e-learning day to make up for September 27th. That's when Helene hit. Students will return to the classroom January 7th.
All right, thank you for that, Zana. We are looking at our 7-day forecast. Remember that tonight into early tomorrow morning, we do have some heavy rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms out there. So this is good sleeping weather for the most part. There is going to be a low flood risk tonight into early Wednesday, so a heads up for that. But it is going to be getting cold again, especially by Wednesday afternoon. So the rain will be for the first half of the day, windy and colder to close out tomorrow afternoon. And then the cold air sticking around at least through Saturday before more rain shows up Sunday.
All right, keep the jackets close. Thanks, Riley. We're back live on 26 News at 7.
And for News 12 at 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching.